Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful day here on the rancho in Jalisco, Mexico, and it is day 2 of Vlogmas. I have some coffee and my favorite Touch of Light homestead sweater. It's so comfy. I use it as my pajama sweater because it's so warm and comfy. Now, I vlog in the morning and then I post in the evening, so I hope you are cuddled in your bed with some hot tea or hot cocoa or in your living room with your family. I hope you can enjoy every single day of Vlogmas up until Christmas. And this is a really unique time to show you guys mine and my family's story, our journey from self-deportation to my husband's residency, then US citizenship, then deciding we wanted to live in Mexico after all of that. And it has been such a big blessing. As most of you know, I felt like God was calling me here to raise my children here, to be a part of this beautiful community and culture. And a part of that now, one of the greatest gifts I've been given is being able to give back to this beautiful community. I know most of us have had times of struggle and it felt like we were just surviving. I know when my kids were little, there were times where people showed up and brought them gifts when I didn't have the means to give my children the things I really wanted to. So this Vlogmas, I feel blessed that I can help my community, and I know there's a couple families that I can give towards, that I can give gifts for their children, and that's really important for my kids to learn as well. So a part of Vlogmas this year is going to be giving. I did have someone stop by the house, and they're from the Ajijic Chapala area, and they donated towards the giving, which is such a big blessing. There is 2 children that are in Penelope's class. They're twins, and I really can't wait to get them a couple of gifts because I know exactly what they might want. So we're gonna be Christmas shopping for others. We're gonna be enjoying the culture and traditions here on my rancho in Jalisco, Mexico, and I'll be walking some of the new people here to our YouTube family through our family's journey. Like I said, first starting with self-deportation. Now, before we get started on all of this, I'm gonna get changed real quick and we're gonna go get some delicious Mexican street tacos. Let's get going. All right, I've gotten changed. Abigail's up. Now, Abby is in the high school, which is Prepa. She's my oldest. She's the one who just had surgery on her knee, and we did her 2-week checkup yesterday for Vlogmas Day 1. Me and her are heading out to get tacos because in the Prepa, you don't have school until la tarde, until the evening. Let me get the door open. Just take your time. Buenos días. Thanks. Yo sí, porfa. Gracias. Ooh, wonderful. Yes. Gracias. You know, what do you want, Abby?
Un 7, porfa.
I gotta get all the pepinos before you do.
This is when our life was when they switched tortillas.
When did they do that?
They were bigger before.
Well, everyone switched it up a little. Best thing ever. So good. I feel like that wasn't enough salsa.
It was. I have pretty bad cancer, so that's why.
Gracias, adiós. That was so good. That should give you a boost of energy.
It still hurt.
All right, the next stop is to bring my little girls lunch. I have cheese quesadillas for them. Every day, all the moms bring their kids lunch to the elementary and the secundaria, which would be middle school. Now, I normally walk. That's one of the joys of living in the rancho is I can walk everywhere, but because of Abby's leg and she wanted to join me today, we had to take the car because my husband's in the golf cart taking care of the property for his mom. You can see most of the moms are heading to the school already and all of us walk, so it just feels like a safer environment because we're all out and about with each other.
Mom.
Is it too good?
¿Qué quiere porque el chocomil? Todos los días no tengo chocomil, todos. ¿Estás feliz que te quedan todos los días chocomil? Yo la mamá no sabe. Mira qué está haciendo su niña.
What's wrong with you? All right, lunch is done for the little girls and we are gonna head back home. Now, one thing I like to tell you guys is all the moms, the school doesn't provide lunch. So all the moms bring fresh lunches every day. My kids got cheese quesadillas today. The little girl next to my kids had eggs and salchichas. They had sopa fideo. They have tortas, a bunch of different things. One thing I didn't know when I moved to Mexico is if I were to order a quesadilla, I would think that that would be a flour shell with cheese on it, kind of grilled. But where I live in Mexico, that's called a gringa. So if you want a flour tortilla with cheese in it grilled, you order a gringa. If you want a quesadilla, that's gonna be raw masa. They put cheese in the middle, they pat it together, and then they deep fry it, and they put lettuce or cabbage and salsa on top, which is extremely good. But it's just something for some of you to know because when I moved here, I didn't know that. Let's head back home.
We can.
Let's go.
I've been dying to see that thing.
All right, my husband was the workers are on lunch right now, and my husband was just fixing the back of our golf cart. And if you guys know, we bought this golf cart and it wasn't even running, and my husband completely remodeled it. But a couple of the bolts have been getting loose on the back seat, so he had to fix that real quick.
Well, I had a weld. I had already welded it once, but now I have like all the weight from the seat.
Yeah.
But I had to weld all this back to it.
Oh, that's where it broke. I wondered.
It was all broken right here.
Oh, okay.
And that's I had to put a piece of angle iron like this.
Was it from too much weight on the back seat?
It's just from vibrating because I think it's just from vibrating because remember, like I said, I had already fixed it once.
Right.
But I didn't see really how bad it was. I really wasn't paying attention. I just put a couple of tacks on it. But then it was fine. And then when I took it this morning to go to the property, the seat was kept going back and forth. I was like, man, what? So I took the seat off and that whole side was broke.
Right.
I mean, like there was a big chunk of it broken.
Not good.
Yeah. Well, it's good now. It's not going anywhere.
Right.
There's that.
All right, lunch is done. We're back home. I grabbed some tacos for my husband. Now, most of you know who have been watching my vlogs for a really long time that years ago when my oldest Abigail was just a baby, my husband had to self-deport and he had to go to war as Mexico, where he was denied his residency and he was stuck in Mexico for a while. During that time, me and my daughter came down to Mexico and we discovered that his family lives on a beautiful old rancho, and we fell in love with the culture and family here. but we didn't know it was a possibility to live here. The goal was to get residency and then citizenship and have our American dream and my husband's American dream, living in the United States. And we did that. We bought a home, we had our cars, we had 3 more children, so I have 4 altogether: Abigail, my son Cristiano, Annabelle, and Penelope. She is the youngest. And once we had Penelope, we felt this pull for Mexico. We wanted our children to grow up here. There might not be a lot of modern conveniences here in our rancho, but there is so much peace and love. My kids are free to run around with their friends, go to the campo, go to the plaza. It is such a beautiful life, full of wonderful family and friends and fresh food. So even though my husband ended up getting his American citizenship, we turned right back around and came back to Mexico. And now we are building our dream home. It is such a blessing and something I could have only dreamed of. That's why I call it our dream home. When God called us back here, I only knew to trust him. We didn't have anything else. We sold our home, our cars, everything, and we said we'd give it a shot. We didn't know we were going to build here, so now we're able to build. And if you know me well enough, you know that I love the rich culture and history here in Mexico. The churches are so beautiful. So I designed our home, and my husband is building it with 2 other builders. And I'm going to show you guys the design of it. And I was inspired by the old pueblos, which there's one right here. This would have been my husband's grandpa's home, which is made out of adobe, and we're building our home right across from it, and it's such a huge blessing. Let me show you guys. Now, I haven't done a home build update in a while just because we had so much going on. Oh my goodness, the little tiny kikirikis. This would be considered the front of our home. Right here will be our front door, and then our arched windows. This will be an open living room kitchen, and then here will be the master bedroom balcony. Now, I like the arched windows because it reminds me of the old churches here in Mexico. So let's take a look inside, and then off to the right over here is the beautiful bedrooms. And these are little miniature chickens. They are so wild. Now, we are going to have double doors right here. Our doors and windows will be custom made. Most people here on our rancho have custom made windows and doors. When you walk in, we have our stairs that bring you up to the 2nd floor. And then this will be our open living room. And then our kitchen right over here. My sink will be here, stove here. And then we have our arched hallway walk through. And one thing I really wanted was, because we had limited space to build on, I did though want the hallway to feel open. So I think the hallway is a whole meter wide. And we took advantage of storage underneath the stairs. I'm not gonna go in there, you guys, it scares me. And then right here, we have a bathroom. This will be the main bathroom. A bedroom, arched windows, arched back door, another bedroom. It looks out to our family's property, and another bedroom. One thing that also helps make this home feel a little bit bigger, even though we are working on a very small space, was the tall ceilings. That was one thing I really wanted as well. When you walk into old haciendas or old churches, they have really tall ceilings. So that was something I wanted. And even though our home isn't wide, it's pretty tall, which just makes it feel a little big. Now, when you walk in through the double doors, we have a seating area. And then we'll have obviously a beautiful railing that will match the aesthetic of the windows. I also have an arched open way right here. And then we have this beautiful hallway window, which I think I'm gonna get it in stained glass. Once you walk up the stairs, it's right to me and my husband's bedroom. And it's open, it looks right over the balcony. That's my mother-in-law's house right here. This is the old Pueblo style home that my husband's grandpa lived in, right to our left. When I was thinking about architectural designs and I guess beautiful advantages. I always thought about the way the moon and the sun rises and sets. So in our master bedroom, the moon and the sun both rise right here, and then the sun sets on this side. It looks so beautiful at night. Now these bricks are stacked like this. My husband and the workers stack them because they have to dry out. We're using them for our ceiling. We're gonna have an exposed brick ceiling. Also in our bedroom, we have an open archway. This door, there won't be a door. It's just gonna be an open archway into our bathroom. I wanted it open. I just love the feel of it. A big, beautiful window, but my husband wanted an enclosed poop room. This was his biggest thing that he wanted. So here is his enclosed toilet room. Our shower will be here and our sinks right here. And I mean, just look at this view, you guys. Amazing. Now they have already started on the ceiling for our second floor, the exposed brick, and it is so cool how they make this. Our head mason, Guillo, is actually one of the few people left who knows how to lay brick like this on a ceiling. I'm gonna show you right now. Once you leave my bedroom and you come down this way, down the hallway, there's another bedroom. And you can see again, I put the arched windows. Now, it might be hard to tell, but this is kind of a dome shape. I don't know how he does it, but it's kind of curved and you can see these bricks just floating there. We're standing, you can see on top, we're standing on top of the same bricks. It's holding thousands of pounds worth of beams. It's so strong and it's gonna look beautiful. My husband's gonna clean it up a bit and seal it with a clear coat. It's gonna look really beautiful. Let me walk you out this way. It looks like they finished in here as well. And then there is a bathroom at the end of the hall. This is kind of crazy. I haven't been in here in a couple days. It wasn't sealed the last time I was in here. And then these little circular things are gonna be where our lights are. And then there's a beautiful shower and where we put the sink. Now, when I was designing this bathroom, I wanted who was ever in here to be able to just barely see the view out the window. So it would stop at an adult's shoulders, but you can see a beautiful view while you're taking a shower. And then we have one more room on the second floor, and it looks like he started on the ceilings in here as well. This room to me has one of the best views because you can see the mountains this way. You can also see the family property this way. Until the ceiling is done, that's what the workers will be working on along with my husband. He does all the work in here with them. These beams are thousands of pounds. They were lifted by a crane, but after that, the workers had to come in and hand lift them and move them so that they were all even. They have a really hard job, but our home is looking beautiful. Once the ceilings are done, I think next will be electricity and then plaster. And then me and my husband went to a furniture store the other day and they had a really beautiful, the way I'd explain it is almost Western Victorian style sets. We're gonna try to bring you guys there during Vlogmas just so you can see. I feel like it will really bring the home together. And then after that, we lay tiles and a couple other things. But just being able to walk in here and look around, even though it's not finished yet, this is testimony to what God can do in your life. When I told my family and friends we were gonna move back to Mexico, you can only imagine what they were thinking after everything we went through, self-deportation, residency, citizenship, which none of that is easy. It costs thousands and thousands of dollars, plus the emotional strain on your family. It's not easy. And then to know I felt God pulling me back here, there was not one person, I don't think, who everybody loved me, but who thought, yeah, that's a good idea. But I felt God's pull and I pushed really hard towards it with my family. I also wanted my children to know Spanish. So my husband obviously is Hispanic, but my children did not speak any Spanish when we moved here, and nobody speaks English on the ranch. So we put them into school, and little by little they started to learn. They're pretty close to fluent now, which is a huge blessing. Uh-oh. Now I'm gonna head inside. I have lots of chores to get done before I go pick up my kids. My little girls only go to school 4.5 hours. That's how long school here is on the rancho. And then my son goes for 6 hours, but he walks back home with his friends. I have to hang dry my laundry, which is actually pretty relaxing. I have to sweep and mop the house to keep out scorpions and spiders. It's just part of living on the rancho. All right, now that the house is picked up, I got a couple loads of laundry done. It is time to go pick up my little girls. My husband fixed the golf cart, so let's take that. And before I grab the golf cart, I'm gonna show you guys one of my little girls' absolute favorite things to play with. This is my little girl's kitchen area. So they have a lot of friends on the ranch who use dirt and water and mud and things like that to play during the day and to make kitchen things. So this is a little bit cleaned up, but they use all of this as their kitchen setup. It is one of their favorite things to do. It also gives me a great idea for some Christmas presents this year. What's your favorite after school snack?
Yeah.
What are they called?
Papa's alive.
You can get a snack too. I didn't know what ones you'd want. Uh-oh.
Esos tres son 20 pesos. I bought one for Dad.
Oh, that was nice. Uh-oh.
Supervisors.
Thank you. All right, I grab my kids on the golf cart from school and I bring them back home, but sometimes we do pickups and we give other people around the ranch a ride home. The little kids love the golf cart so much. Now that that's done, we're gonna head back home because where we live in Mexico, most people take a siesta from 2 to 4. Even out in our nearest town, Ocotlan, the stores close from 2, sometimes even till 5. We also have a school project we need to finish tonight, which is a piñata for
I didn't get to finish.
he didn't get to finish in class, which is for school events, school Christmas events that come up. Thank you, Pumpkin. Oh, your pants are full of this stuff. Look, you guys, you can see our head mason, Guillo, on top doing our roofing. We are gonna head inside, get homework done, get a couple extra things done, take our 2 to 4 siesta, our rest time, and then we will finish up this project at our next door neighbor's house. She's so crafty. She's the only one that's gonna be able to help me with this. Now, we've already had a bit of a siesta, and my next door neighbor helped wrap the rest of Penelope's piñata because she's gonna be painting it at school, but I wanted to rest a little longer, and I heard the people who bring our brick get here. So before I end day 2 of Vlogmas, I really want to show you guys our bricks that just got here. Now, I'm not sure if they're done unloading them yet or not. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Tardes. All right, this is the rest of the brick. This is kind of half a load. We're gonna get one more load coming maybe tomorrow. And they take it out hand by hand and stack it up. Checky. All right, you guys, it has been a really long day. I'm gonna head inside with my kids and relax for a little bit. We're still exhausted from yesterday. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. You can leave me prayer requests. Let me know where you're watching from. Buenos tardes a todos.